Hello, beautiful people out there. How you doing today? So welcome to SLUM Child Online. And you already know I'm your regular host. I go by the name DJ Nino Brown. Today is a special edition for one of Bingham's best rock artists, SLUM Child. He was a legend musically. In the studio with me, I have Bingham's finest, best rock artists who run things with the man SLUM Child. I have to my left the Sphinx the Black, aka 1T Block, alongside Jiggy. How you doing, brothers?
All good. Right.
It's a pleasure having you on Benefit TV Online Studio.
Same here. Pleasure being with you too.
Okay. The reason we're here is about SLUM Child, our brother who's gone to far beyond. So I'm gonna start with you, Kris.
Yeah.
Talk to us about SLUM Child. Talk to us about SLUM Child, basically.
Well, when you say SLUM Child, even, aside the fact, like I might not just probably introduce him fully, but I know his name is Michael, aka SLUM Child. He's been one of the best rap artists I've ever seen in my time, and what makes it even more interesting is, he's, my brother, not just a rapper, he's a friend, he's a brother. We come from the same local government and all. He's the best rapper I've seen in all of my time, man. May his perfect soul rest in peace. He's a brother I miss so much, and I know a whole lot of people miss him too. We're gonna forever, remember SLUM Child, you know what I'm saying? So, but for now, I think it's kind of crazy. I mean, I'm in short of words. I don't know how to say it all, but I know I'm missing him so much, and I really wish that he was here. It's too bad he's not.
SLUM Child was our friend. We made records together and all that stuff. Yo, Jiggy.
Truly yours.
Brother, I want you to say something about SLUM Child so basically. What do you feel about that homie, that brother of ours?
Well, briefly, I'll say I know him right when he was alive. A nice, respectful, young man.
Yeah.
Didn't know him for long before he left the earth, but I can tell you, he was one of the best person I had seen at that time, doing what he was doing at that time.
Oh, yeah?
And he was cool with that English and T-rhyme, and I met him in one or two places. He always give you respect.
Yeah.
He was that type of person.
Okay.
So we got to be friends, but we never had the time to do stuff together.
Okay.
But he knew most of the people I knew, like Slinger, like Kris, and also before we could get that close, he left too soon. But all I can say is that we should learn to respect our own, because we don't kill stars.
Nah.
Stars put us on the chart, they put us on the map. And SLUM Child was taking it there. I knew him when he was a student at Benue State University. I think he used to study mass communication and stuff like that. So we used to greet, we used to be friends, hang out together, listen to music together. So for now, all I'm going to say is that I miss him a lot, and I'm happy that today we're talking about him, because he lives in our minds forever.
Okay, basically SLUM Child was a rap artist. What do you feel about his style of rap music, these things?
Well, thanks for the opportunity to say that. I think his style of music was wonderful. Because what SLUM Child was trying to do, or was doing, was, the typical example of originality. It wasn't every other day kind of music. It wasn't a regular kind of music. You know what I'm saying? He was doing real hip-hop rap music, and he was doing what I call, that Motown song, that was going on, that mother tongue kind of thing going on. It was wonderful. He was trying to, do rap music in a way that he can communicate with his community and also take his people to the map. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just doing everything every other rapper was doing, try to step up on stage and rap like you was Biggie or rap like you was Fat. SLUM wasn't trying to do that. And for that time, I remember very well that he was It was Slum and it was me. I couldn't actually remember anyone else. I'm not saying with all due respect to everyone out there, you know what I mean? I'm not saying maybe probably there wasn't someone out there, but I mean for the time, at that time it was Slum, and the kind of music he was doing was a super music. It was just two of us. We had it going on, you know, like trying to do hip hop rap music in a mother tongue style, you know. So it was amazing. It was wonderful. Okay. What Slum was doing was great. It was something that was not done every day on the streets.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So.
That feels good to know. So basically, Jiggy,
yes, really yours.
SLUM Child, as a rap artist, how many of the songs do you know? And what do you feel about his style of music at the same time?
The style of music was unique. Like my friend Chris said it before.
Right.
Yeah, it was not just hip hop. You know, it wasn't just rap. But he was trying to put us on the map. I'm a chief guy too. You know, he was trying to put us on the map. So he infused, English and the mother tongue to make everybody out there that doesn't even understand English, he got them along in a song. You get what I'm saying? So he had a unique style, and he was good, and he was a master at what he was doing. But like Chris said it before, you know, at that time it was the two of them that were doing it too. You get what I'm saying? Because Chris would come up to me with some certain tracks that he'd be doing this, I'd be like, crazy, how do you go about this? Then I found SLUM Child was doing the same thing. So I think the two of them were trying to get right there. I am so sad he's not around here to hear me talk about that, because maybe I never appreciated him in his fun. But his music was unique and nice, and I believe that, like I said it before, we should learn to respect our own, because it's only when we realize that there's something raw that is being uncooked that we can actually cook and have a plate on, food on the plate. So SLUM was unique.
SLUM was unique. Word. That's what it is. So basically, I heard word in the street that SLUM's kind of music, some maximum, was making some diss records about the whole couple top artists out there.
Oh well.
What do you feel about that?
I thought I'll say he wasn't satisfied with the kind of music that was going on out there, you know what I'm saying? He may mention a couple of people. I don't want to talk about them, but I could give, kind of references so everybody can relate to it. He spoke about some niggas with touchlights and all, you know what I'm saying? So, I think he was angry because that brother is from the same place where we all come from. So I think he was expecting that brother to do a lot more than he had ever done, and and I kind of support him even then and now, because this is the truth. I think he wasn't satisfied with the music, basically. There's actually no need to deep into it. He wasn't just satisfied. He thought probably there was something that needed to be done. There were people out there that needed to have done a lot of things that weren't doing those things. So he felt, look, this is my music. This is what I got to do. This is, how I could get across to the people, my people, to know, for them to know what's happening and how it's happening. So he did that. So sure. All right.
Yo, Jiggy do
Truly
you remember any of SLUM's hit songs in the streets that was blowing them people's minds away?
I can tell that. I remember like songs like Sortiri.
Sortiri?
Yeah.
Can you hit a couple bars to that? To the people out
I
there
think we just hear the chorus listening to Sortiri. I can still picture you get what I'm saying? He'd be like, burn them. Have you heard SLUM Child saying burn them?
Burn them, right?
Yeah. Burn them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Have you heard SLUM Child saying Kapkoi Kumayola Soga? Kapkoi Kumayola Soga.
You know what I'm saying?
That nigga was hard like from bottom to the top. You get what I'm saying? So
brother was bringing hit records from back to back.
Exactly.
I think they never gave him a chance though, but he made a statement.
Word.
True. Word. So basically, for a hot, tough guy like SLUM Child, who was bringing hit records out of Benue State and making us proud and putting us on the map, why do you ever think he was murdered in cold blood the way he ended up, basically, Chris?
Well, you see, life is full of haters. Like they say sometimes, they say life is not a bed of roses. If it was, a lot of people would dive to it. You know what I'm saying? So, we got a lot of haters out there who just don't like to see you shine. You know what I'm saying? Because they think you're going to get better, or probably you're better than they are, so they want to see you retrogress. You know what I'm saying? So, speaking of being murdered in cold blood, that's where my heart bleeds, That's where my heart bleeds. But I really don't have a reason, or don't know the reason why that should be, because SLUM was a very peaceful young man. He wanted no trouble. He was always friendly. He was respectful. He was never disrespectful. He always wanted everybody to be happy, and all of that. So if that was done, that was a practical case of hateration.
Hate.
Exactly.
And the
people just hated, some way or the other.
Jesus Christ. Chris the Black, you were at the show. Can you give us the background information about what was happening, artists performing and all?
Okay, well, I was at the show. We were all meant to perform
alongside.
Me, SLUM Child, Soul Claims, Bravo D, and the rest of the other artists. And that night it was, like a rowdy night. We had a lot of people in the house. I just can't call all of them right now, but we had a lot of people in the house and all. So it was a choky house, kind of. So the only place I could stay for that night, because I just wanted to, I don't know, like when some certain things are meant to happen, sometimes you catch those moments. I just told him, yo, he was sitting right next to me. I told him, yo, SLUM, man, I'm slipping over in your crib. He'd be like, man, there's nothing, man. You can come over to my crib. My crib is your crib. After all, we from the same bills and all. So yeah, exactly. So I'd be like, all right, cool. And all. So after his performance, he came back. He sat right next to me. I was a little bit exhausted because I was part and parcel of the organizers of that show. So I was a little bit exhausted. So I kind of, excuse me, like I kind of passed out on the chair and all. So before I woke up, he was long gone, and the next thing I got a tap on me like, yo, wake up, wake up, wake up. The next thing we saw a burning generator, and we ran to it, we turned it off. It was me, Soul Claims, and Bravo D, because after his performance, someone else performed. Soul Claims was about to perform, and they had a problem with the generator that caught fire. We turned it off, and stuff, and I came back. Before I could relax a little bit, someone told me, yo, this is what's going on. I'll be like, what? He said, yo, man, we lost SLUM Child. He just left here. He went to EOD and the discussion in Boko, and stuff. Like, he got butchered by some hoodlums.